I was a young boy.
Okay, how do I make this thing big again? Alt enter.
I'm so concerned about him. I'm 20 years now. I'm with him for, or know him for over a year. We are together for 9 months.
Radio
And I
check.
wanted to protect him because I was so
I
worried
hear ya.
about that he meets and hangs around with the wrong
Thanks.
people. And I thought, oh my gosh, this might be it. So I will protect him, and then he and I can have a conversation later and say, hey, we should withdraw from the entire scenery. And that was the only moment where I thought, okay, if I get jailed or if I have to go into
Okay,
an
good.
interview,
We'll see.
I will not have fresh air. So I rolled down the window. While I was doing it, there was a second where I thought I should scream out and say somebody has to write down the license plate. This was just like a tiny moment, but I didn't. I did not scream. So now I roll down the window.
Did
The traffic light turns green, and he says, roll up the window. So I have no handcuffs or nothing, right? I'm still free-ish. And he said, and I said, no, if I, if I have to be with you now in the apartment, I try to get fresh air as much as I can, which was sassy for me, that was not typical for my character. So there might have been something that I felt intuitively, but I can't really recall. But still, it was no doubt he is a cop. It was not about like, oh, could he be a fake cop? I mean, that for me, he was still a cop in my entire, well, not the entire time. At some point it changed, but at that time, absolutely. So now he didn't like it that the window was open because he knew what he wanted to do. I didn't. So he stopped his car and he said, okay, I have to put handcuffs on. And I voluntarily, like, right, like voluntarily would hand him my hands in front of me. I put my wrist over his across, and I said, here, do it. And he said, no, not in front of you, in the back. And I was still, okay. So I bent over and I put my hands on the back of my back, and I put the handcuffs on. And they have been very tight. Like, really tight. I have never been in handcuffs before, but it was definitely not necessary to have them so tight. And then he rolled up the window and he knew. That was the moment he knew he got me. And then we kept driving, and it was still in the direction of the police department. I was still convinced it's a cop. And then I said, hey, can you loosen them a little? Like they cut my wrists. And he didn't cut them. They were still immobile. And we passed the police department. And as we passed, before we go there, we go somewhere else. And in that moment, I had really faster heartbeats.
yep.
It started that I not panic, but I
If anybody
thought,
changes the
oh my
terms on
gosh,
this,
this is one of those cops that meet prostitutes or escorts or, like, from movies. And then he will come all bruised up to the police department, and he will not admit that it was him. I'm still convinced he is a cop. Now, as long as when truck driver. It was just him and I. And he got his car to stop. I was still convinced. Now I thought, okay, I will get raped, I will get beaten up, and then we will go to the police department. That's what I thought. But that did not happen. What happened was, so he turns on the interior light and he pulls from the back seats a backpack in the middle between the passenger and the driver's seat on this console. And he opens it, every move, like he moved, every move was so precise. And then he pulled out
This
a
thing's a
hat,
little slow
head, and he
the
pulled it over
corners
my
in
head.
7th gear. Anybody
So
else having
now
7th gear
I
issues?
had my visual sent, no, it's gone. So now everything was about what I hear. So breathing was arm
Honestly, I
motions,
feel like my
like
issues usually start in like 8th and like 9th gear though.
Oh, I haven't found 8th gear yet.
Oh yeah, no, you do not want to find 8th gear. Trust me, dude. It's way too fast.
Yeah, you're probably right, man. Ooh. Hey, dude, this ain't no goddamn beta built.
Where are like the little on-track speed boosts? Like, you can kind of like drive over and like do kind of jumps and stuff like that. I'm not seeing how to turn that on.
I get one of them bananas.
I was very dependent now. My is still thinking it's a cop. And I could see through those little, because it was a knitted head, those little tweezers in the light, so I knew the interior light was still on. But he was busy with his backpack, he was doing things. And then I heard a canister with a liquid in there. You can hear that, you know those noises from those aluminum cans or what they're made out of, and you hear liquid in there. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is that, they have those little loops and you still see the light. So, and then now on my
All right.
between the passenger and the driver's seat on this console, and he opens it. Every move was like he moved. Every move was so precise. And then he pulled out a hat, a knitted hat, and he pulled it over my head. So now I had my visual sent, it's gone. So now everything was about what I hear.
Left side.
So I was
Stay on the left. Clear left.
convinced. I was very
I just can't
dependent
seem to
now.
make a good
My
lap.
is still thinking it's a cop. And
45th position. Is that okay?
Um, a change that actually. Wait, hold on. Sorry. Fuck. Brake force vector. Yeah. So a change that actually did help me here on this particular track is the brake load factor. I turned that all the way down, and it seems to like really help on that chicane area.
Ah, I fucked up. Sorry, buddy. Shit. That was my fault. I got a little too distracted.
Because it was lit in head, and the head was lit, and you could still see the light, so I knew the interior light was still on. But he was busy with his backpack. He was doing
I'm sorry,
things.
where are we in the story? Like they got to a place.
That said it was him. Still convinced he's a cop.
He would not admit that it was him.
And then we kept driving, and it was still in the direction of the police department. I was still convinced it's a cop. And then I said, "Hey, can you loosen them a little? It's like they cut my wrists." As we passed, when you know that area a little, the police department was in a nearby one of the main parks, beautiful park in Berlin. So when he passed there was right behind it a little area where truck drivers could park overnight so they got their sleep. And it was a little downhill, and there was no truck driver, it was just him and I. And he got his part.
And you got to what?
Still convinced they got their sleep. And it was a little downhill, and there was no truck driver, it was just him and I.
Okay.
And he got his car to stop. I was still convinced, okay, I will get raped, I will get
Slow car ahead. Let's make sure we rejoin safely. Car approaching. Hold. Hold. Clear. They say you cut the cord. You have to slow down and give that time back.
Here's the story.
still on, but he was busy with his backpack.
Green, green, green. Here comes your first time lap. more lap. Sector flags out.
Later in studies, I figured it's the blood. You hear your blood stream. I paid attention to that noise, and it became so intense that my eardrums, I could feel my eardrums.
The estimated SOF is 1,250.
So uncomfortable that I thought if I don't center
It's competitive
myself,
out there. Head down,
my
stay
eardrums
sharp.
will
Still
explode.
waiting on 2
Because
cars
the
to grid.
pressure was built up so high and the noise was like really like drums. Like very loud. It was very loud. Unbearable loud at some point.
Good luck,
So
everyone.
I told myself, center, center, center. And it's so fascinating because it's so physical awareness. It's just from the inside. I don't know what he did. I didn't hear him breathing anymore. There was nothing that had anything to do with the exterior of the physical world. It was all inside my body, very inside. He could have broken my hands or fingers and I wouldn't have awareness about it because everything was focused on the inside. So I withdraw and the noise fades away and I enter this really fast release spiral. And when I say this, so many who had a near-death experience, they describe the tunnel, and it is like a tunnel. But
Green's out. Green flag. Green flag. There's an incident behind. .781. You're in fifth. Minutes to go. .154.
You fucking idiots.
1.978. That was your fastest lap of the session. The car in P3 just set the fastest lap. 1.676. All right. Two point 0.08. You're in fourth. Car 10 has taken the lead. Two point 766. The car in P1 just set the fastest lap. 1.019. The lead has gone off. Got a flip on the left. Next car is the leader. Car on your left. They're on the left. 3.771. The leader just did a 2.334. Car 8 has taken the lead. Right side. Hold your line, hold your line. Keep to the left. Clear. Right side. Clear. On your right. Hold your line, hold your line. Clear. 5 minutes to go. The car looks fine. No damage to report. The car behind is closing on you. The gap is 1.8 seconds. .755. 2.267. Two point two six four. One point nine eight nine. White flag. One more lap to go. Right side. Clear on the right. 2.405. We got damage on the front end. Reduced aero might slow you down on the straights. The car in P3 just set the fastest lap. 0.994. Go left. There's the flag. It's over.
So fast. It was too fast.
Great job, driver.
That is the only moment where I think I wish it would have but it didn't. It's okay that it is. But if there would be a wish, this is what I, in the consciousness of how humans become humans and how souls work, I want to say this is a little creation mistake.
What?
Well, so nevertheless, I come back.
I missed.
It's the nest. That is the only moment where I think to. It's fast. And there I was. And I remember on the way down, I wanted to raise my hand because now I started to get physical awareness and I wanted to start to raise my hand and say, no, 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 that was a wrong answer. Because it was so fast. It was too fast. That is the only moment where I think I wish it would have been a little more gentle or slowly. But it didn't. And it's okay that it isn't. But if there would be a wish, this is what I, in the consciousness of how humans become humans and how souls drop, I want to say this is a little creation mistake.
Don't criticize the
Well,
process.
so nevertheless, I
Lydia,
come
that's
back and I find myself very 100% aware, absolute in consciousness, knowing without seeing. Knowing without seeing my body. This is what I get asked often. Have you been out of body? Did you see your body? No, I was inside my body. And I know I'm dead. And I know that he thinks I am dead because he used electroshocks on my body, like a taser.
fuck is this guy's deal?
And I feel my body goes with the chest up and sinks itself together, up and sinks in itself back together. So I don't know why he did it, if he wanted to make sure that I am not to revive anymore. If there was slightly life left, then I would have been revived. I don't know, but I know that I was very present with that moment. And all I could think of was my mom. And I said it in the very beginning, we were good friends after even when.
Call sign Skeezer from Memphis, Tennessee, USA. And I'm here to help Ukrainian people however I can. Russia invaded, they're killing women and children. The world's doing nothing about it. Politicians are talking, we need Ukrainians to medevac. The people here struggle more than Americans. Have difficult selection to be admitted into the 25th as foreigners.
After, even when we didn't live together, it was very good for both of us. But when I was a child, she would always watch Miss Marple, Agatha Christie figure character. And Miss Marple would always say to Sherlock Holmes, if you want to know that somebody is really dead, just put a mirror in front of their nose and mouth because it will become foggy. And I was so afraid, but not in the meaning of fear. Not like, oh, I was so afraid, because then I would not have survived. It was, when I say I was afraid, it was more like I didn't want him to know that I am alive. So I could not afford to breathe. And I didn't. And he had his, so he did this taser thing, and he had his hand palms on my chest, and he was like pumping or like not pumping, pressing. So I knew he was waiting for a heartbeat or to see if my heart would start to beat. And I decided I won't let it beat. And that moment, till this day, is responsible for my very clear message we are in charge of our body. Absolute. Because I had the power to not let my body breathe and to not let my heart beat. This part that was with it, it is absolute separate from the body. And I was in charge. So I didn't let my body breathe. I didn't let my heart beat. And I was just waiting for the moment where I could get away. And the moment came. And it was so that obviously I was a dead woman in this man's car. And he had to get rid of the body. I didn't know where I was, but I knew I had to get away.
Some guys are
And
really
the only
just, I don't
chance
know,
to
man.
get
Some
away
humans.
was having him
That's
believe
crazy.
I am dead. So at some point he was, the car didn't drive, and he got out of the driver's seat. And he walked around the car, he opened the passenger door, and he carried me out, the dead body. And he dropped it.
Oh.
And then he was walking to the trunk. And as he walked to the trunk, I
Nothing
hear
to him.
the steps, how he walks there. And I hear this noise that springs, I think, make, like, and I knew this is the moment. There was a distance between us. So I have this little distance, the car distance, to just jump up and run. And that's what I did. I jumped up and I ran. And I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know where I was. So it's dark around me. It's winter time, of course, the sun rises much later. It's cloudy, right? And I see a little light. And I see a little light somewhere in the far distance. And this is where I ran to, not knowing where that is. If that was really a light, I just ran there. And I was in the woods. He and I were in the woods in a parking lot. And then this parking lot would hit a road, and but it would also go a little down. So I had to run up a hill. I had to run up a hill. I had a purse, and this purse was across my shoulders, and it had a little, like a carabiner hook, and he opened that. So when I started to run and I jumped on my feet, and I didn't know, did I have shoes, did I have clothes on? I didn't know. There was really no thought about it. It was just like run, run, run. And
All right, here we go. Is that all of them? Stay right there. That's perfect. Holy shit. Holy shit. It is 40, so kind of like pre-lawn works. Oh. Kind of like you're doing it. Perfect.
Is that real?
Perfect. Oh, okay, I got packed. Is it ready to go? I got a racket. When they load in the military, they always think twice.
run, run. And my from the back, and for a moment I thought he grabbed me, or he tried to grab me, and then I ran faster. So that was a good thing that he didn't. And he was not behind me. Yeah, he was not there. He was probably in shock. Yeah, and I did make it to the street. Now the street, the little street light there, it's one of those gas street lights. A wide street, just a few houses, everything else was woods. And one car. I saw one car coming towards me, but also in the distance. It was not so close. And fascinating is that I, in this moment, shifted my view to their view. So they are driving. I don't know who it is, right? Not them. And I see that they see a woman or someone running out of the woods, crazy, on the street. And that perspective in that moment, this opposite, like, because it wasn't me, right? It was them, and yet inside of me something shifted and could do that. I knew the chance that they would stop for me would be very low. Because I could, it was dark, still not too dark, but relatively dark. So it was around 7:30 a.m., between 7 and 8, winter time. So there have been a lot of hours passing from 1 a.m. to that point. And
The estimated SOF is 1,256. It's competitive out there. Head down, stay sharp. Still waiting on 2 cars to grid.
crazy people look so crazy.
Green, green, green. On your right. Clear. .471. Minutes to go. Left side. They're on the left. 2.234. There's an incident ahead. Slow car ahead. The car in front has gone off. Go right. The car in P1 just set the fastest lap. 0.866. 5.89. On your right. Keep to the left. Clear. Three point 167. Two point 238. Right side. Clear on the right. The leader just did a 1.579. Right side. Clear. 2.805. Five minutes to go. Car on your left. Still there. Clear on the left. 1.959. W box is left sufficient. You're in fifth. Let's make sure we rejoin safely. Car approaching, hold, clear. They say you cut the course. You'll have to slow down and get up time gain. .826. .279. Say you cut the course. Got to slow down and give that time back.
That phone call is waiting on me. I'll have to call back.
White flag, 1 to go. Move it, move it.
this one, I do have to qualify.
Remember that I started to think, oh, I can relax in the back seat. I'm safe now. But we only drove 2 minutes. And I was like, wait. And they said, well, is that not where you live? Is that the right address?
What am I doing? Okay.
Yeah.
Something to check?
That was my address. Now you
Yeah.
have to see where I was working. That was the core, the heart of West Berlin, or Berlin. But where I was living was about 30 miles away, near the forest, near the lakes, right? Like nice, not in downtown, not in the city life. It was away. So now another conflict came. Where did he really know me from? Or know me from? Did he really know me from my night job? Or was I his from where I was working, so there was no safety guarantee because I just didn't know how did he. I notice it and I look at her and you could see she got so sorry and she just couldn't break down because it would have been unprofessional. But she did give me a hug. And then I thought, okay, I have to call my boyfriend before I take. So I called him. I asked her if I can take a phone call, if I could call my boyfriend. And she said yes. So I called him.
See how this feels.
And he said,
Green, green, green. Here comes your first time lap. One more lap. 10, 10.429. There's a flag, it's over.
That was not the time to talk. I let him drive me to the and I'm sitting in the cab and depressed. Oh my God, how do you look like? What happened to you? That was not the time to talk. I let him drive me to the club where we would go with our customers if we would be there with them. This is where I went.
Oh.
And my dear friend, she took right away care of me. You know, she said, oh my God, oh my God. And that was family.
Wow.
And I was not able to go home because nothing felt safe. And if anything would have been safe, then it would have been that place that I chose to go to. Because they were my families. And at some point, my boyfriend showed up there. So it is Sunday, right? So it happened Saturday night to Sunday. And then finally, in the late afternoon, I get home and I sleep. And then Monday morning, I get a phone call from one of those huge criminology institutes from Berlin, and the guy says I have to come, and he feels sorry, but I have to take things for the forensic. This is not, because I survived, but so I am the evidence.
The estimated SOF is 643.
I was convinced.
We expect to be fighting for the podium.
So I went there and we did the sketch, and I'm there about like 5 hours in the whole institute. The guy is awesome. Like he's so sensitive and really a good person. And then he gives me a business card, and he on this business card has written
5 cars left to grid.
and there's a phone number, and he says whenever you see him or whenever you think you see him, you can call us 100 times. Because even if he isn't in 99 times, it will be the 100th time. The case will never get cold. And the thing why my case never got cold was because he said he would come.
Still waiting on 2 cars to grid.
That is what happened. And then he got my number. For a very long time. Even when I could remember somewhat license plate, he was not calling. And then I thought I will never have peace as long as this man runs free.
On your right.
The hell? Still here?
Still there. Stay on the left. Clear on the right. There's an incident behind. Next car is the leader. There's an incident behind. Right side. Clear on the right. Stay on the left. Clear left. There's an incident behind. On your left. Still there. Stay on the right. Stay on the left. Go right. On your left. Too wide, right side. Left side, too wide. Keep to the right. Stay on the left. Clear left. 80.728. Let's make sure we rejoin safely. Car approaching. Hold. Right side. Clear on the right. Keep right.
I guess I was stupid. Hate to see it. My bad.
All the damage is repairable.
Hold on. I'll watch the replay first, though, to see if that was actually completely on. But if it was, which I believe it was, I'm sorry.
I was in the same place, and he rolls with a car, and he steps out. He walks towards me, and I mean, it was so him. It was so him. It like it was like time stood still.
It was completely stupid.
And my
That was
knees
all me.
started to shake, and my heart started to beat
That's
so
all me.
fast, and I started
Wait.
to shake. 3.5 years later, April 92. And he walked towards me and he said the same line. We have to arrest you. We have to interview you about your boyfriend.
Well,
This man didn't
he didn't do anything.
recognize me. I don't know what he did in those 3.5 years, but that he encountered me and that he did not know that he already had me once
Wow.
is either because he was really so sick, like thick, or this is just divine destiny on its highest level. Nobody could have identified him like I could. So I look at him. I'm super nervous. I'm scared. I'm excited. Like all emotions you can imagine. I want to scream. I want to jump on his neck. I want to beat the crap out of him. I want to run away. I want to hide. I want to scream for help. Like every emotion you can imagine was there, very present, as if we had a bubble around us. And I looked him straight in the eyes and I said, I don't have time for games. And I walked away. And in the street where I was, there was no telephone booth. So I had to go through the corner and then a little street and then go to the main street where also I had colleagues out there. And they needed to know, no matter what he's saying, that he is a guy who kidnapped me 3.5 years earlier. And under no circumstances go with him, right? So there were now several tasks I had to achieve. So I walked in the direction where the telephone booth is. And there was also a colleague of mine where I knew that she always had her pimp around. So he would tell every other woman, do not go with this guy, because now we had also the license plate. And she said, oh my gosh, he already approached me, but something felt off with him. And I was, oh my gosh. So he is in his car and he is still driving around the block. So I walk to the booth. I continue walking. I go to the booth and I call this phone number that I got, and I give the case number, and I said, he is here. Here is where I'm at. And I don't know, took 3 minutes, because it's downtown. It's a lot of undercover cops always on the road there, because it's, nightlife. And at the end, when they finally stopped him,
Good.
and got him out, there were over 12 cop cars. Big vans, small vans, undercover cars. Even the security people from around were there. And then they jumped on the hood, and with guns, and they jumped from the side with the guns and dragged him out.
Was he?
He was a bad guy.
Huh.
And everybody was happy. He never admitted it, but because they found so much evidence, and his lawyer was as much as good he was, there was nothing that indicated I would lie or I would add something that didn't happen, or they found all the evidence in his car. They later found evidence at his home, and it was obvious that the judges were so upset with him, and I don't know if they felt like there was some higher instance behind him that had so much money to try anything that he would not stay behind bars, because they were looking, he was warranted before even my case. They were looking for a guy who was harming women by saying he is a cop. Really were after him. And I was the only witness. The job that he had at the time of my kidnapping, that was a job that allowed him to have access to a radio, to handcuffs, and he actually got fired there because he overstepped several boundaries. I can't say what it was, but it was not a cop, but it is definitely a field where he grew into this energy of playing a
Impunity.
bad cop.
Oh.
Definitely. That is what was the reason that he got fired. He worked something completely different. Yet when you think about it, it is almost like this is where a mafia, one in those lines, would work if they want to get rid of bodies. As scurril as it sounds, like if you wanted to get rid, and you just have to do a little thinking, right? Like, what kind of areas would that be? Where would it be as easiest to get rid of a body? This is what that was his job. So after he got arrested, I was still in this routine, and it was not only his arrest, it was actually then that I worked less. There was I didn't feel drawn anymore to go out there. I, at that time, had already been separated from my boyfriend. So I'm 23 now. And so almost 20, now I'm 23. And I went more on vacation. I would do something more fun with the money that I had. I worked a lot to save up. And then, I didn't have to provide for my boyfriend anymore, and I could go more on vacation. And I was like out there, and I didn't even know, it didn't make any sense anymore. And I remember after the trial, and he was behind bars, got convicted. I was standing out there. I was wearing my normal clothes, and I was wearing glasses. And I was like, what am I doing? And it was like as if somebody would have slipped with their finger, saying, I don't know. And I left. As if there was nothing. Like it was really as if somebody opened my eyes. As if the only reason why I started to do these things was to get this bad man off and save a lot of women's lives and bring a lot of peace to other areas. It was really like this, as if somebody wiped my eyes. And then I wanted to go back to school because I wanted to become a religion teacher. But now from nightlife to day life to complete different people, I had to learn. So I started voluntarily a work to work with heroin addicted teenagers that would go on the street to make money, called Wednesday Initiative. And we would help those young women and most also their boyfriends to get off the heroin, go in methadone programs. We cooked for them. We gave them fresh needles, fresh condoms. We gave them HIV prevention work. And I got fulfilled. And that is when I first met again the big nothing related. It's a complete different life, complete different people, complete different laws. Then I decided, because it was in the rooms from the church. This is where I met my beautiful friend, who was a pastor. I could give him my phone. I could ask him. Then we wrote his sermons together that he would hold on Sundays. And I said, I want to be a nun. And he said, you can't be a nun. And I said, yeah, I want to marry Jesus. And I want to live in a monastery. The world is so crucial, and I love God so much, or the source of life, whatever you want to call it. And now I understand why women want to marry Jesus, and this is what I want to do. How do I become a nun? And he said, this is not you. This is not your destiny. This all did not happen to you to hide in a monastery. Why don't you become a religion teacher? And then I thought, this is what I want to be. And I wanted to be a religion teacher for muted and deaf children. So I went back to school to get a higher degree, a degree I could go to the universities and become a religion teacher. And then with 21, I developed leukemia. And I healed that, but I had to start the chemotherapy, and I quit the chemotherapy. But that did not allow me to have children for a very long time because the DNA is so altered through chemo. But then, as soon I could get pregnant, I did get pregnant. And I raised a beautiful son. He's very spiritual, very grounded. He's one of the most beautiful beings I know. And I'm grandma. And today I work with a lot of people. I medium, like as a medium, or help them to become authentic and give their life meaning. This is what I do as a writing and author. When you die, that involves physical trauma, and this is only what I can speak of. And in my journey and overcoming this trauma, which is a journey, you need to dedicate yourself to it is so very important that we understand that we are so much more than the body, but not using it as escapism. We want to use it today, now, here. If you are sick, here, don't go make you sick. If you are unhappy or in an unhappy relationship, don't stay. The life is so short. Or have a great vacation. I'm not saying, oh, just run or run away from your family. Belongs together, but it's possible when we give ourselves a voice. And if we help others to find theirs and respect theirs. Like, doesn't has to be fighting. Be there. I am being for you, and you are just as divine as I am. And if we encounter anything and everyone with that knowledge, there can't be conflict in the world. It's impossible. We have so much respect within everyone. When people say, and this is something that I really would like to address in the long run, when people say, this life doesn't matter because you are so much more than your body. No, 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 you misunderstand something. You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here if this wouldn't matter. You got a body, and you got a body for a reason. Yeah, that's it.
I want to give a very sincere thank you to Nina for sharing this story with us. Like I mentioned, her original email was very concise. And when I sat down with her and started asking questions, I was so shocked as she began describing the entirety of her life story. She has been through so much, and it was an honor to hear it. This was one of my longest interviews, over 6 hours. Shout out to Haley Parasing for doing such an excellent job editing it. What Nina went through is shocking on so many levels. Something I've been thinking about is that near-death experiences come in many forms, but people who have them report many common themes. These themes are actually tracked and measured by something called the Grayson scale, created by Dr. Bruce Grayson, who I've interviewed on the show. And the Grayson scale tracks 16 common themes that people describe in their NDAs. Like, for instance, somebody unconscious undergoing surgery, witnessing a conversation that the doctor is having several rooms away, which to me sounds a lot like what was happening to Nina after her
Whoa. You think I fucking choose how I get in a fucking country? You think I fucking plan it? Of course we notify fucking command. They just didn't notify anyone else. Stop acting like it's your first fucking day in the army. That is 3 KIAs because of problematic fucking bullshit. Hey, are you gonna call their parents? No, that's my fucking job. Your job? Oh, I will, bitch. Don't fucking touch me. Hey. I will fucking murder you, bitch. Fucking murder you, bitch.
What the fuck am I watching? Captain! Captain! You will stand down! Stand down! You!
Very fucking careful the way you fucking talk to me. I'm the highest ranking officer anywhere I fucking go. And this bank better start fucking acting like it! A 2-vehicle escort? That's what you're sending. Some fucking teenagers with M16s from the first fucking Gulf War? That's what I get?
I can't send more than you with an Iraqi platoon overseas. You want 28 Iraqis looking at your face? My order was to make it look routine, and that's what we did. I'll send you back to Bradley with an Iraqi escort.
Fuck you will. You're putting us all in a Chinook, and you're fucking flying us to Kuwait. Now where's your office?
Why?
Because it's my fucking office now!
See the double doors all the way down on the right.
You in my fucking office 10 minutes. Focus.
Good deal.
Do I have to watch the show now?
Supposedly ended during her escape.
Fuck,
That
I have to
time,
watch the show.
she
Okay.
saw from the point of view of that couple who rescued her. She saw herself in the road from their perspective. I find that very interesting, and it makes me wonder if her NDE was going on longer than she realized, and maybe even started earlier as well. It's hard to say, and part of the reason for that is that there are still many mysteries about this whole thing that remain to this day. Germany has extremely strict privacy laws when it comes to their justice system. It's very hard for the public to get access to information about investigations or trials. The names of both victims and criminals are kept anonymous in any public release of information or reporting about a case. It's really the opposite of how things work in the United States. So
That's why I couldn't find it when I
Nina
googled.
knows a little bit about her attacker, but not as much as she would if this occurred somewhere else. Maybe that's for the best. I'm not sure. So while I don't know how many other people this man might have kidnapped or why he did it, I think it's safe to say that Nina probably saved the lives of many women by that chance run-in she had with him 3 years later. Thank you so much again to Nina for talking to me and sharing this incredible story. This episode was called Beyond the Wall Part 2, and you've been listening to Otherworld. Otherworld is executive produced and hosted by myself, Jack Wagner. Our producers are Theo Schaefer, Theo Krantz, Haley Pearson, and Nikki K. Delgado. Our theme song is by Coverman. The soundtrack of this episode is by Wiccaphase, Springs Eternal, Juice Jackal, and North Americans. Our artwork is by Cul-de-sac Studios. Please show us your support by subscribing, leaving a 5-star review, and telling your friends about the show. If you want to hear bonus episodes of Otherworld, you can become a patron at patreon.com/otherworld. Our social media is @otherworldpod. Thank you to the team at Odyssey: Leah Reese-Dennis, Maura Curran, Josephina Francis, Eric Donnelly, Kate Rose, Colin Gaynor, and Hillary Shupp. Follow and listen to Otherworld now for free on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. And
What about that one video I was watching? It's interesting.
Pot's last sale of the summer has been extended. Save up to 30% on moving and storage until August.
There's like a joint heavyweight title in this thing called elephant birds from Madagascar that stood like 10.
The estimated SOF is 1,233. Is competitive out. Green flag, green flag. On your right, clear on the right. Left side. Clear on the left, clear left. There's an incident behind. Left side. Clear on the left. 14.384. The lead has gone off. You're in fifth. Ten minutes to go. .17. That was your fastest lap of the session. The car in P3 just set the fastest lap. 0.969. cut the course. Got to slow down. If you don't give that time back, they're gonna stop scoring us. The car in P3 just hit the fastest lap. 0.9333.17. The lead is at 1.182. 2.557. Five minutes to go. Two point 617. The car in P2 just hit the fastest lap. 0.6. 2.303. One 1.898. That was your fastest lap of the session. 1.469. That was your fastest lap of the session. On your left. Stay on the left. Stay left. White flag. On the go. 4.379. The car behind has gone off. Down slope on the right. You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 7.4 seconds. Slow car ahead. Now slow car on the right. Left side. Too wide. Right side. Left side. Too wide. Okay, say you cut the course. You have to slow down and give that time back. You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 2.9 seconds. Left side. Stay on the left. Stay left. There's the checkered flag.
I knew he was going to cause problems, but... What am I going to do at the end of the day? Wasn't going to lift. Couldn't lift. I cannot afford another. These races take too long. I'm gonna skip everything. I'm gonna get myself ready for bed. Then I'm gonna come back and do this.
Today, we will be covering the human evolution theories iceberg. From cannibal Neanderthals, stoned apes, and gay uncles, there is an incredible amount of wild theories surrounding our evolution. No AI soft was used in the entirety of this video. It was written and edited by real humans getting paid to tell the human story. So let's jump right into the first theory.
Like, that is actually huge right now. Like, genuinely. Like, that is actually huge. To get that AI, that no AI disclaimer. Evolution tells us we might be the only intelligent life in the universe. Genuinely, don't say that to me. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't trust anybody who says anything. Well, I'm gonna watch the video, but I just don't trust anyone who says anything that dismisses possibility for other life or intelligent life. Because my point is, you don't fucking know. I know, you just don't fucking know. you don't even know why we're here. You might have a theory. You might believe strongly in that theory. But when it comes to knowing, no. When it comes to big questions like that, whichever side a person falls on, if they are too sure of it, and they are just, I don't know, certain things. And I understand faith, but I don't know. There's certain categories of things where I'm just like a person who is like, ghosts are not real. Huh. But then I guess I don't. But then the people who are so quick to be like, oh, that's ghosts. Ghosts are real. Oh, well, that's a ghost. Yeah, yeah. Like that is also. And that's. I don't know where I stand. But I know that the deniers, when it's a thing that can't really know for sure. Which I guess that might be their point. That they are annoyed that people are taking stance on a thing that they can't know. So they think that they are taking the better stance by being right in the, well, by being on the outside of it. Just being like, nope, I'm not taking a, I'm, or, but it's not that they're not taking a view. They're taking the no stance. Because they don't have proof of it, they're taking the no. Which I guess is a responsible way to think. It's a responsible way to approach big ideas. When you don't know, you don't just jump to the conclusion that feels the best, that feels like it makes the most sense. But you can't deny what some people see and experience. I don't know. Like, sure, I'm sure many are lying, but all of them, all these stories out there, every single one of them is either just completely misinterpreting what they're seeing, it's a trick of the brain, or they're lying. Some of these stories, I'm sorry, but no. It would have to be the lying option. And it's just not the way I don't know. Some stories are just too legit. Like, I'm willing to believe that many are lying, sure. But all? I don't know, man. Oh, hold on. I'm conflating two things, though. Because there could still be some that are so close on that fence, but it is still a trick of the mind, or there is a logical explanation. No, nah. I was gonna say a logical explanation, like a person doing a thing, they're wearing a weird suit for it, and I don't know. But some of these things that people report, that many people report, and that seem to follow certain, like, rules, I don't know, man.
Starting with layer 1, running made us human, properly known as the persistence hunting hypothesis. The idea that early humans basically ran their prey to exhaustion. This was first noticed by the San people of southern Africa. They might chase down big game animals such as elk for hours and then quickly might run fast and hide in their burrows. Gunshots down in the wilderness, some animals get bored. At this point, accurate thrusts from a spear is enough to finish off the animal. The key to persistence hunting is human physiology. Unlike other animals, we have a deadly combination of sweating and bipedal walking. Sweating allows us to release heat from our body, and our furless skin allows the sweat to build up in our bodies. We are 10 times more sweat-friendly than any other animal, most of which are connected anyway. Our other advantage is bipedality. While four-legged animals can almost always run faster than us due to more contact with the ground, two-legged walking is 30% more energetically efficient. This allows us to keep running for hours. In the case of the San Bushmen, this technique only works when it's over 105 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Paleoanthropologists hypothesize that this technique was employed by our early ancestors to hunt in extremely competitive ecosystems. The Sand People themselves are one of the oldest populations on Earth, separated by the rest of humanity by some 150,000 years. The persistence of this technique into the modern day suggests that it may have been with humanity since our origins. The invention of this method could have allowed our ancestors to get access to fresh carcasses they otherwise could not hunt with just simple spears. According to the persistence hunting hypothesis, this became our niche in our early origins, providing us with a hunting method no other predator could replicate. There's no doubt that
estimated SOF is 807. There are a lot of points on the table. Be smart and get a good finish. Five cars left to grid.
That green car up there doesn't cause problems. Bad feeling about a line coming from a distance. That blue car up there feels like, I think that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or something.
Green flag, green flag. On your right. Hold your line, hold your line. There's an incident ahead. Clear on the right. Right side. Clear. On your right. Clear.
Cause problems.
Left side. Clear on the left. There's an incident behind. Your front wing is damaged. You might get understeered due to lost downforce. We got damage on the front end. Point 8.024. Slow car ahead. Let's make sure we rejoin safely. Car approaching. Hold. 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 Clear.
Christ, Chad, I'm feeling like I'm battling Primal Longo right now.
The car in P1 just set the fastest lap. 8.659. 21.922. The car behind has gone off. There's an incident ahead. Slow car ahead. On your right. Clear. Ten minutes to go. That was your fastest lap of the session. There's an incident ahead. You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 7.2 seconds. Got a slope on the right. Gaining on the car in front. The gap is 2.5 seconds. 9.773. That was your fastest lap of the session. There's an incident ahead. Got a slow car on the left. The lead just did a 8.801. You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 4.3 seconds. On your right. Clear. left side. Stay on the left, steer left.
Man, what the fuck are you doing?
103.
Now you chat.
You're in the top 10. Good job. 5 minutes to go. On your left. They're on the left. Tower approaching. Hold. Clear. Behind is closing on you. The gap is 3.9 seconds. 22.091. 9.391. That was your fastest lap of the session.
Thank you, sir.
Got a slow car on the right. You're gaining on the car in front. The gap is 3.8 seconds.
Blue flag, people, blue flag.
The leader just did a 9.472. White flag, one more lap to go. .594. You're in the top 10.
That's how
Car
you do it, though.
approaching,
I
keep
don't know.
left.
I was willing to try. I was willing to die trying. Willing to die trying.
Walter, what the fuck was that squeak?
Idiota. Any other ones to do before I'm done? Erase me up before I go. It's 10:45, so if there's one, it's right now. Yep, nothing. If there's anything open, like it's gonna be closed like right now. Yeah, they're all done. All closed. That's it for tonight then.